To start with, I've read a few things by this artist in the past. This might be their best showing to date. Their style is unbelievably consistent, smooth, and clean. It was an absolute treat to just look at this comic because of Mary G's art. It is especially stunning in its subtlety. There are panels with the smallest shifting of a gaze or a slight change in expression. These minor, usually insignificant differences between panels gave an intensity that took my breath away. I adore this artist's growth so much, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to experience it. Unfortunately, as delicious as the art is, the story is jarring and rushed. While researching the series, I noticed some notes or references about this possibly being cancelled, which I think makes a lot of sense based on the series pacing. Like I mentioned in the art style, there are a lot of subtle panels where Yanwoo and Shin are just looking at each other. There are large chunks of silence where the two are just together and Yanwoo is incessantly thinking, trying to understand why Shin is there, what he should do to shake him off, how attractive he is, etc. Which is the majority of the first season. It's very slow, which I wasn't turned off by, nor was I all that excited about. Then we hit season 2. It starts off feeling pretty similar, with the two quietly interacting and navigating their awkward relationship. Then suddenly they're having sex. They have sex in a hotel, they have sex at work, then they're in a relationship. It felt super sudden to me, and it didn't make much sense based on Yanwoo's mental state and distrust. That was already pretty jarring, but then we move on to Shin becoming the equivalent of a mob boss. He brutally beats people, kidnaps people, and we go from a slow-burning romance to a hyper-dynamic and violent thriller. It felt like it came out of nowhere. And then when we get to Yanwoo's view of all this, and he accepts it, the two hug, and the series ends. I couldn't find anything specific about this being cancelled, but based on how the second season went, I can totally understand how this pacing went from a crawl to an Olympic sprint. It's disappointing because I really think if given the time, this could have been a compelling narrative. I also have to mention, as an obsessive Omegaverse fan, as well as an Impreg fanatic, I was a bit disappointed by the creator's choice to make male recessive Omegas incapable of being pregnant. It does make the rejection by alphas and upper society more understandable, as they're characterized as being very particular about bloodlines and the like, but it still hurts my soul. Narratively, it makes total sense, and it establishes why recessive Omegas would be perceived as less than because they have all the same qualities of dominant Omegas, like heats and pheromones, but not what alphas would care about most of all from marriage and potential breeding partners, which would be the ability to give birth. Dehumanizing people is a common element of Omegaverse, and I think the choice to make recessive Omega men infertile aligns with that, but it's not my favorite choice.